I'm in Ottawa. It's September 11th, the best day of the year to fly. And yeah, I'm headed to Calgary. I'm meeting Doug. He was out in British Columbia, and he's just kind of hopping over there and meeting me. And Jeremy, my normal camera assistant, he is actually living in Amman in Jordan, in the Middle East. So we're actually trying out a new guy this time. Just landed in Calgary. One of the hardest parts about traveling with all this gear is you never know where your stuff's going to come out. Is it going to come out on the regular rotation, or is it going to come out in oversized? Who knows? Or is it going to show up at all? Who knows? I'm going to have a serious talk with Doug for future trips. These planes, they keep getting smaller, and more people. I think SoundStage needs to start flying first class. We got it.
So as I hoped in our previous two videos, we got to Calgary, home of Meitner EMM Labs. Amadeus Meitner picked me up yesterday. This trip is a little different in that Chris traveled separately. So we've been here now. We're getting into our second day, but we really haven't started anything, and we're gonna start rather differently. We're gonna go for breakfast, but then we're gonna go to the Millennium skate park here. Chris is gonna do BMX, I'm gonna skateboard, and we're introducing someone new to our team, the Dave.
So Doug, where are we going?
We're gonna go for a bike ride around Calgary, and then we're going to Millennium skate park.
There's tons close by, lots of really good craft breweries around here, so we can sample the wares. I have to go this way so I can turn around.
Doug actually spent a couple years living in Calgary back in the 90s, but this is the first time he's been back to visit since. And Amadeus insisted on taking us on a bike ride tour of the city to show him how much has changed over the last 2 decades.
I don't think you have any need for a basket, right?
No.
Do you miss Calgary?
No comment.
It keeps getting better and better. And with all the tech and everything moving into Calgary, it's gonna keep improving.
But on the third week of September, we're a week ahead. It gets cold, all the trees turn gray, and the leaves are gone.
I disagree. I disagree.
So we're at Shaw Millennium Skate Park, and normally I would prefer to do this at the end of the video shoot in case something happens, but this is a great park, built like more than 20 years ago. Amazing. Chris can ride this. I can't ride this.
After we finished up our bike ride, Amadeus took us back to Meitner Labs. And on the way, we actually passed by the camera store, which is where Dave works. He runs their YouTube channel. He's a bit of a celebrity. Then, once we got to Meitner Labs, Amadeus wasted no time giving us the tour.
Here, and we program and test everything. So this is the wall of shame. This is what happens when people try to modify equipment, and they send it back asking why it doesn't work.
You get these guys who spray stuff on it, whatever, yeah.
It's this is a type of vibration absorbent paint, military grade absorption paint, and then these are all obviously electrolytics that they had to.
Did you guys learn anything from this?
We learned that to tell people not to do it.
Oh, they're always there? Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought they were both.
EMM Labs.
Do it again.
Meitner was the brainchild of us wanting to take the technology that we developed at EMM Labs and bring it into
Later in the day, as expected, Ed Meitner finally rolled in. And before we did his interview, though, we decided to go out for dinner.
Taking a picture of a tank.
Got your phone.
I know. Dave's going over. So this is kind of a weird trip. Ed Meitner works from like 4 in the afternoon to 4 in the morning. Serious. So it's 7 right now. We're going for dinner, and we're gonna interview him after dinner. So probably start 9 or 10. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not done by 2. We'll see. So this is the Dave. He's known for his work ethic and lack of needing to eat. He can survive on a Kit Kat And a Coke or Red Bull. Red Bull. All day.
all day. Take coffee and Red Bull.
Sometimes a bag of chips.
Cheers.
Oh, beautiful. Get the logo.
Hey, cheers, Dave. What is that?
It's a slushy thing. Slushy lager.
That was good. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
It's a.
And this isn't too late for you, because I understand you work.
Then, of course, after we filled up on some beer and some Alberta steak, we sat down with Ed Meitner and we had a really great chat. What are we looking at, Doug?
My old house. I owned this house. And at a time, that house wasn't there. This little house sold for a fortune long after I sold it. I made nothing out of it. It had a view of the city, but this guy destroyed the view.
So the next morning, we actually hit up another skate park. Dave took us to his local skate park, and it was much better than Millennium.
We're at my local skate park. Here we go. Here's the train tracks. Here, get ready for it. Listen to this.
Oh yeah. When you're this old, safety. Kids sometimes ask me, "Are you older than my dad?"
Which one? So yesterday we went and rode Shaw Millennium, which that's a park I've wanted to ride for 20 years since it was built. It's a piece of shit. There's holes in the concrete everywhere. Nobody's done any work there in years. We show up to this one, a brand new park. And I mean, they say they're city workers, but I'm pretty sure they're just skateboarders here doing whatever they want. They just throw on some vests. And then it was back to work.
Right where the DAC at Alberta-Audio, EMM Labs, and we wouldn't want to do a day 3. This was a bit of a learning experience because this company runs differently. The factory runs on a normal schedule, but Ed Meitner, he starts at about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, it's true, and goes till about 5 in the morning. So when I interviewed him last night, it was between about 10 and midnight. But it all went well. But he is a man of many ideas, many products, and few words, unless one of those words is fuck. Then that comes up often. And actually what's interesting in this one is how big the team is. I thought it was mostly Ed. They have a DSP guy, they have a power supply guy, we're talking to them all, they have the assembly people, they have marketing. It's a really put together company. And now we're finishing up day 2.
We had a couple more interviews to shoot. We had to get all the B-roll of all the products. And then that was a wrap. Are you the new secretary here?
I am. I think I'm gonna quit the publishing job. This seems a lot less stressful, and we don't have to worry about these videos. So we wrapped up. I didn't think we would get out till midnight tonight, but we got out at 6 p.m. and it went well. Again, Ed was a man of few words, but we got it out of him with Amadeus's help. We did some extra video content. And what's also interesting is that Amadeus is one of these young guys taking over companies. And this is happening in a few places. We were at T+A where that was happening with Conradine and Siegfried here. And there are a few others that's happening.
That's a really interesting shift for a company.
It is.
Cheers, guys.
A toast. Thank you guys very much for coming.
Yeah, it's great.
It was great to have you.
We're all done filming. The 2-day rule worked. Everybody was happy. And we already have our next trip planned. Back to T+A in Germany, probably in November. We're gonna find someone else to visit to,